What if I told you that the reason you can't get your home as clean as you want it to be is because you're doing too much? You're putting in all the work, day and night, fighting to have a home that looks decently clean, but somehow it never quite gets there. I mean, you spent 3 full hours on Friday tidying, organizing, sweeping, mopping. But then come Sunday, it looks like you never even touched a mop. How could that be? How could we be doing so much, yet see so little results? Well, here's the thing. The mess never stops, does it? The kids leave their toys scattered everywhere, the floor is always covered in crumbs or hair, and the dishes seem to multiply every hour. And we try our best to stay ahead, but sometimes it just feels impossible. Yet what do? We convince ourselves that we just need to clean harder. We're the problem. We just need to do better. My goodness, I'm so lazy. Just get off your butt, Ariel. Get off the couch already and clean something. What is wrong with you? Do you ever talk to yourself like that? I do. I say some of the meanest things to myself. Things I would never say to anyone else. But they're blatant lies. And these lies not only make us resent the mess, but it makes us resent ourselves too. And eventually, we just stop trying because what's the point? So we live in this constant back and forth, either spending hours cleaning or letting the mess pile up until it gets so bad that we have to take care of it. For safety reasons. But I'm here to tell you that it's not your fault. It's not that you're lazy or that you're not cleaning hard enough or fast enough. That's just not it. If that were the case, then you wouldn't be here on YouTube searching for answers. And I know you're here because you've already tried everything, and now you're just burnt out. Clicking on this video today may even feel like one last shot, like you're hoping there's some tiny glimmer of hope in here, even though you're not really sure if anything will actually work for you. But listen, after everything you've tried and all the time and energy you've put in, what if the problem isn't that we're not doing enough, but that we're doing too much? What if the secret to a consistently clean home wasn't scrubbing harder, cleaning longer, or sacrificing all of your free time? What if the answer was actually doing less? Okay, that sounds crazy. I know. And I tell you that I'm not crazy, but they say a crazy person typically doesn't know that they're crazy, so I'll leave that for you to decide. But seriously, I know how it feels to get stuck in that loop. And today, I want to get you out of the loop. I want to free you from the loop. We're going to set fire to the loop. The loop is on fire. Okay, so I want you to stop thinking there's something wrong with you. Stop blaming yourself for not keeping up because it's not you. The real issue is that we're doing too much, but we're not being as efficient as we can be. We're spending so much time running around, cleaning everything at once, and then wondering why it still feels like the house is falling apart. So it's time to do things differently. It's time to stop fighting the mess in the way we've been taught and to start working smarter, not harder. And that's exactly what I'm here to show you today. You're not failing. You're just doing it the hard way. And I've got a better way for you. I've got just 2 simple changes you can make that will get your home clean by cleaning less. But before I get to the first one, I just want to share a statistic with you. Did you know that 89% of people who don't subscribe to my channel will find themselves eating their next meal with someone who chews very loudly? And I care about you enough to share this info because I love you. Do what you have to do to protect your eardrums from the smacking abyss. Anyway, I just had to warn you. Now back to the real reason you're here. What 2 changes can we make to get our homes clean by cleaning less? Well, the first change we need to make is to stop looking at a mess and jumping right in. That's actually setting us up for failure. When your home is in complete disaster mode, you can't just start cleaning without a plan because you won't get far. Instead, you'll spend hours moving things from surface to surface, tote shuffling, tidying up, and eventually wearing yourself down before you have any energy left to get to the actual cleaning. This is what we do all the time. This is why we never actually find time to clean. because we get stuck. We see the piles of clutter and our brains register them as a threat. Danger, danger, get rid of it. And so we attack it in a sense. We start sorting, shuffling, relocating, thinking we're making progress, until the next day when we look around and realize we barely made a dent. When we clean without a plan, we end up doing more work with fewer results. So we need to make a plan, and that's where timers come in. The timer is key because without it, we're more likely to get distracted or spend too much time on one task. And I know every time I mention a timer, people want to bolt. But seriously, without it, you'll never clean as efficiently as you can with it. Just stick around and hear me out, okay? If you want to get more of your home clean by cleaning less, then you need to put time limits on your cleaning sessions. For example, if you're aware that you need to pick up the living room, do the dishes, and fold laundry, then make a plan to spend maybe only like 30 minutes doing these 3 things, giving 10 minutes to each of them. So you would set a timer for 10 minutes, do the dishes, then set a timer for 10 minutes, fold laundry, then set another timer for 10 minutes and pick up the living room. Done. Sit down, eat a cucumber. Now I know this isn't going to make sense to you. I already know what you're thinking. 10 minutes isn't enough time to do the dishes. 10 minutes isn't enough time to fold laundry. Yes, it is. It is enough time. Set a timer and you'll find out. You know, you have been so hesitant to use timers. People like me, those influencer folk, always be telling you to use timers. It's so annoying. I know. But listen, just the act of setting the timer changes the room. Suddenly, you have this new sense of urgency. The time is ticking. You start moving at a speed you didn't even know you had in you. I'm telling you, this is life-changing. And I don't ever want you cleaning for longer than an hour at a time. It's not necessary. You can get so much done in under an hour. Don't believe me? Try my Tidy Tango, where I have you complete 5 big tasks in only 50 minutes. I bet you'll believe me after that. And I'll link it at the end of this video so you can try it. Because I want you to succeed. I want you to have a clean home without spending half your days cleaning it. But you have to be willing to make a plan and use a timer. Because it not only makes you move faster, but it gets you to start. How often do you see a mess that's so big you just choose to ignore it? It's too intimidating. There's too much to do. But what if I told you to only spend 10 minutes cleaning it? Suddenly the job doesn't feel so scary, does it? You don't need to finish it. Just spend 10 minutes on it. That's not so bad, right? Now I know some of you won't love the idea of starting a job and not finishing, but here's the little secret. If you don't finish it, your house will still get cleaner. Because listen, what's better? Getting half of it done or not getting any of it done at all because you were too overwhelmed to start? So just make a plan, get your timer out, and start. Because if you can approach every cleaning task in your home this way, you'll get more done than you ever imagined possible. You'll never spend an hour doing the dishes again. You'll never waste an entire afternoon trying to catch up, and you'll never underestimate how much you can accomplish in just 10 minutes. So, step 1. Stop cleaning aimlessly without a plan. Set a timer and give your cleaning sessions a clear limit. Now, let's talk about the second change that'll get your home clean by cleaning less. Doing those 1-minute jobs that save you hours later. There are certain tasks in our home that we can ignore without much consequence. For example, making the bed. If you don't make the bed, well, nothing happens. You'll just have to make it before you get into it tonight. Or cleaning your mirrors. If you don't clean them right now, it won't make it any harder to clean them next month. However, there are tasks that, if ignored, will make a huge difference in the amount of work you'll have to do. Have you ever gone 3 months without cleaning your shower? A few days without doing the dishes? A week without taking out the trash? It's not a pretty outcome, is it? And that's why doing these 1-minute jobs matter, because they literally save us hours in the long run. If we took the time to wipe down the shower floor after every use, which literally takes less than a minute, then we wouldn't be stuck on our hands and knees scrubbing soap scum that could have been prevented with a quick daily wipe. Or if we washed the dishes after every meal, we wouldn't be stuck with a giant pile at the end of the night. It makes a night and day difference in the amount of time you'll spend cleaning when you do something as simple as wiping down the kitchen counters after you're done cooking, or wiping down the microwave after heating a plate of spaghetti. It's quick and easy to do now, but if you wait, then you'll end up with dried up food that's stuck, that's an absolute pain to scrub later. So don't let those 1-minute jobs pass you by. If it only takes a minute, just do it. Don't wait, because it's the waiting that causes you to be stuck cleaning your house for longer. And I don't want to spend my weekend scrubbing my bathtub. I hate that job. Now you might be thinking, well, that sounds great, but where do I even start? Well, why not click here and begin with my Tidy Tango, the one that I mentioned earlier? But seriously, this will change your life. Click here to learn all about it, and you can get started with the first change, making a plan and setting a timer. Except in this video, I set the timer for you. All you have to do is follow along. I'll see you there.